I am Chi Vital, aka King Chi, and I am back with another tool for your toolkits. Today, I put this part one. I meant to put this part two. I'll fix that. Don't worry about it. I'll give you just a moment to tune in. I'm going to log in on the other side and see you when you get there. What's up, family? Shouts out to the HOC. What's up, y'all? Hey, RBL. Hey, Occult College. How y'all hanging in there? Welcome to those of you who are new to my channel. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you do not miss any new content that comes to my channel. And welcome back to those of you who are part of the gang. Rep your set. Everybody should be hashtag ascension in the comments, hashtag ascension, because we are going to be going on a journey together, darlings, into this whole thing about meditation. All right? I'm going to see what's up in here so I can shout out who's in the building. What's up, Nikki? Hey, Caitlin. Hi, Erica. Hi, Mia. Welcome home. Hey, Tosh. What's up? Pardon me. Excuse me for a second. All right. I'm back. You guys, let me know when you have your notebooks out so that I can begin. And I've finally, like, I have two different ways of seeing you guys. So sometimes you see me like this, because I'm talking to two cameras. We're gonna work it out. And keep it in flow. Okay? All right. So you should have your notebooks by now, your notebooks that are going to be for your homework. There is not a specific writing assignment besides documenting what you witness. All right. So first things first, meditation. All right. Like I said, if you're new to this, you can do this work right here. So I'm starting from the basics again on another level. So we have meditation. What is meditation? What is the purpose? A lot of times people think that meditation is a matter of adjusting to your reality. They think that there's something that's going to be added to you through meditation. Okay? Added or taken away. And the word I want you to associate from now on with meditation is transformation and wholeness. Okay? Transformation and wholeness. These two words are really important because the transformation is going to occur with the materials that are already there. Make sure you write this down. Your transformation during meditation is only going to occur with what is already there. Okay? The wholeness of it is a byproduct of waking up your awareness, of strengthening and conditioning your muscle of awareness so that you can witness what is already within you. And from there, you can do anything. Okay? This is the purpose. The thing that we're going to talk about today is the breath. The breath being the ultimate and the only bridge between you, your body, you, the universe, and you, and the universe that is closest to you, which is your body. Again, the breath is the bridge. The breath is the bridge between you and your body, you and the universe, you and the universe that is closest to you, which is here. Every single thing that you are ever going to need to become who it is that you already are is in here. Okay? So let's start with that. The next thing is that on your journey to enlightenment, of wholeness, a lot of times we discuss a certain level of seeking. We're going to discuss the topic of truth and how this breath connects you or has the ability to connect you with truth. What is interesting is that the truth in itself only exists in the present moment. Write this down. The truth only exists in the present moment. What happened in the past is no longer a characteristic of the truth. What happens or you think is going to happen in the future is not a characteristic of the truth. However, on a journey to wholeness and enlightenment, that movement and that journey, that outward seeking, exists in the mind. Because by quality and job, the mind itself moves in two places. It moves into the future and it moves into the past. The mind itself is inactive in the present. Therefore, the truth and the mind don't live in the same place. All right? When we understand this concept, then we see why during meditation, the goal that's given intellectually is to find stillness, because within the stillness you can find the truth. However, the mind will not be there because there's no space for the mind to move in the exact moment, presence. Every time you sit to experience something, your mind has already set itself into the future of wanting to witness what you're supposed to experience. So there's a level of desire there. So the hardest part is actually having this component, which I'm doing this as a teaching format, right? But I will explain that this format of giving you an intellectual breakdown, sometimes this is a harmful part of your discovery. But now that I'm bringing your awareness to it, it's there, right? And here's where it gets tricky because the mind is tricky. If I tell you that in order for you to experience the absolute truth, bliss, and enlightenment, that you need not seek it, your mind will focus on not seeking. And that in itself is an action. To focus on not seeking is to focus on not doing something, but it's still an action because you're steadily watching not to do something. It's like desiring not to desire. You still have a desire. You follow? Press 1 if this makes sense. Cool, cool, cool. So, if we understand that the truth exists as is in the moment, it can't be created, um, it can't be sought, it already exists. The concept of what is true, it already is. There's nothing you can do to manipulate what is, it just is. Okay? Then we can understand that in order to line up with the truth, we need not be trying to seek it. Lao Tzu, he says, was it? Seek not, otherwise you'll miss. So it's like if you're seeking to hit something, then you're gonna miss it, as opposed to aligning with the stillness. And I'm gonna give you some techniques, some very real techniques to discover, not insert inside of you anything, but for you to discover, to amplify your level of awareness of where this absolute moment of stillness exists. Because every time you're able to experience it just a little bit, even just a little bit, imagine what is a little bit of the universe, right? It can be mind blowing for just that moment. So I want you to be able to have some real techniques to practice. And what is cool about this is that the way in which Shiva teaches is through techniques rather than intellectual breakdowns. Not because there's something wrong with that, but because his understanding or his teachings let you know that the mind is that tricky, that if I don't go into a space of giving you techniques to just do, then you will get stuck in trying to create this moment. You'll get stuck in trying to imagine or understand, and it'll be still in the mind. So I want to get you out of your mind as quickly as possible. I want to get you out of your mind as soon as possible. Super, super crazy. All right. So I did a series on pranayama, and I want to differentiate that pranayama is part of um, yoga, right? And the techniques that I'm going to be giving you are along the tantric path. The difference is here, right? The pranayama are absolutely effective in creating longevity, great health, wonderful abilities to think, to move, to everything, right? All those benefits, absolutely true. Okay. The way about going about it through the yoga is to systemize and structure and control the breath. Through the tantric path, you are going to learn how to be with the breath as it is and then discover things about it that you have totally missed as it is. Okay? It's the closest thing to you, which makes it the hardest thing to understand or to even see truly. Think about it. You probably have had amazing people around you. Well, I'll say this. You're probably amazing, and the people closest to you don't even realize how amazing you are. Everyone else who's outside of you realizes how amazing you are. Same thing with your breath. Your breath is right there with you every day. You don't even have to be there for the breath to be there. And there are things about the breath that you still have yet to discover. And still, the breath is the bridge to you, your body, and the universe. Like, how mind blowing is that? Right? The technique that I'm going to have you begin with, this is your first technique. It's going to help you discover three 4 points in the breath. And the technique is more popularized by Buddhism. However, the technique existed before Buddhism. Okay? The name of this technique is the Anapanasati yoga. It is yoga because yoga is the word where you're yoking things together, mind, body, and hence you're using the breath to do so. And this is the technique that the Buddha used, the one technique that the Buddha used to reach enlightenment. And so the 4 parts of four, yeah, the parts of the breath that you're going to begin to discover are as such. The moment after you breathe in, okay, and where that breath goes, and then the moment where that breath turns to come out, and then you're going to discover the moment of stillness and no breath right after you breathe in fully, and then the moment of no breath after you breathe out fully. That's it. That's it. And why are these moments so important? Well, like I said, the breath doesn't need you to be there in order for it to exist. It exists on its own. When you're sleeping, you're still breathing. As you die, there's a breath. As you come alive, there's a breath. Whether you're in a coma and unconscious, there's still a breath. The breath doesn't even need you. You see what I'm saying? And in Tantra, the breathing is so important because the breath represents that constant birth and birth, death, and rebirth. So every time you inhale is a rebirth, and every time you exhale is a death. So we're writing that down. The biggest thing is that we are going to observe the natural breath, and that is it alone. No counting, no trying to slow it down, no trying to speed it up, just observation of the breath. You got it? Someone write in the chat those points of the breath that I want you to discover. Okay? The homework is I want you to trace your breath from the entrance at the tip of your nostrils all the way through until it goes down into your body and then I want you to continue to follow it. Don't try to get ahead of it. Try not to be behind it. Try to be right with it as it turns around and it comes right back up out of your nose. I just want you to do that 10 to 15 minutes. That's it. And that's it alone. So someone please write that in the chat. 10 to 15 minutes observing the breath from the tip of your nostrils, following it all the way down into the body until you feel the breath hits a point where it stops, and following it all the way back out. All right? And what you will do is you're going to write down in your notebook what you discover and observe about your breath. And if you are able to notice without trying, if you're able to notice without trying those subtle parts of the breath. Okay? Do I have any questions in the chat? Thank you, Mia. It's Anapanasati. Anapanasati. Got it? I put it in the chat. Good. I think you see it now, Mia. I want y'all to title this homework, Watch the Gaps. Watch the gaps. That's all I want you to do. Watch the gaps. Don't look for the gaps. Watch the gaps. Do not look for the gaps. Watch the gaps. Don't let the mind get you twisted. Because the mind can make a problem for you when there is no problem. Thank you. So that's it for tonight. Thank you so much for being here. I look forward to your ascension. Peace, love, and bliss.